stage 49. Mercury, let's wait till your aunties come in here. Let's wait. Y'all see this ponytail? Jesus, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, B. Ow, Jesus. Hey, B. Doug. Oh my God. Okay, I will after the video. I can't check it because I'm on live from my phone, but I will after the what you call it, the live. Hit the thumbs up on your way in. On your way in. On your way in. I really hate having a sweet tooth because it's too cold outside to have a sweet tooth. Shit. And then I don't be knowing what I want. For real. I don't know if I want some like gummy-esque. I don't know if I want chocolate. I don't be knowing, child. Hey, waking up with D. Hey. Yeah, I seen it. It came through as soon as I hit go live. So as soon as it's we're done chopping it, I'll take a looky. A looky. Hey, Penelope. We're gonna give folks about a couple more minutes, then we're gonna get into it. Because of my sweet tooth, I'm over here eating fruit roll-ups, y'all. So, I don't know. You gotta ask my bros where he be. You gotta ask him. Boy, these teenagers on you, and they're not even teenagers, they were early 20s. I'm like, do kids really like to watch repetitive stuff like the pranks and all that stuff? Do the kids really enjoy that? I could ask Melinda, huh? It is a kid. So, tonight's video is sponsored by Darius. He has a video that he put up with Nate. Both of them are wearing these extra chunky necklaces around their neck. And both of them got on turtlenecks. I don't know. It looked like wasn't too many people feeling the educational video. I mean, there's people feeling it, but not as much as the last two. So let's go ahead and get into it. It's called Black Dad, Gay Son. So let's go ahead and see what's going to be going on. Y'all might see y'all nephew walk past the camera yet again. Y'all know how he do. I halfway understand the logic of catnip now. Halfway. So there's a video on his channel with him having catnip for the first time. If y'all want to go check that out. And for all the animal lovers, hit subscribe. Once you go over there, show some love to baby Merc. Cause he ain't gonna be a kitten forever. He gonna be a grown cat. And y'all gonna be like, where's Makari? And I'm be like, child, Makari don't fool with us. He only come talk to us when he hungry. He don't fool with us. All right, let's get into it. Y'all ready? Mm, 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 mm. Ooh, hold on.
Stitch Fix. Anyone can have a stylist. It's easy. I just share my size, my style.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Darius, and this video is for the girls. For the girls. So,
Now Nate said for the girls. Oh, anyway, I paused the video. It's a 24-minute video. It's short, to the point. You know what I'm saying? Darius' subscriber count has also looked like it increased. So, you know. Hey, Oli. Hey.
I'm surprised you know that. Do you even watch my videos?
I do watch his videos, y'all.
Yes. You actually do watch my videos. Every time I upload them, you play it while I'm there. And I think that's awkward.
Yes, and that's because nobody likes hearing their own voice. But that's your problem.
Do you not like hearing your own voice?
No, I can't stand it.
Interesting. Mom doesn't like hearing her own voice.
I don't know if y'all out there, if y'all do YouTube or if you do any kind of video recording.
I don't like hearing my own voice either.
It's definitely weird.
Hearing your own voice. I just don't like when other people are watching it. I think I can like watch a video of mine maybe with mom or something.
I can too. Yeah, I can.
But anyway, sorry, that's not. We don't have time for any of this. We don't have time. This is going to be a very quick video. I'm in the middle of moving into Chicago. And we've been just busy minute after minute with so many different things and moving.
Oh, they in Chicago. That's where all the noise in the background coming from.
So today I wanted to film a video with my dad, which we haven't done a video together
Yes, since the last ambulance that came down the street.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. And this one is going on a slow crawl.
That's the last time we did a video. We started this once, ambulance came, and then we started again. So
this is crazy. And they said, well, that's the Chicago for you.
We hope everybody's all right.
Not you almost cried.
Right. I don't really have like a specific script or whatever for this video, like what I wanted to ask or anything like that, but I kind of just wanted to be candid, I guess. We don't have a lot of time to be candid. This will definitely be a shorter video than you guys are used to on my channel, but it'll be fine, and if we need to do another video in the future, we can. So basically, I want to do this video to talk to you kind of about your experience with me from birth until now, which again, we only got 20 minutes.
20 minutes. So now that's, woo.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot. It's like a minute a year.
This is about to be an MCU fast forward.
It is about to be an MCU fast forward, a time skip. So at this point in time, which in real time, I have not posted my coming out video yet. Right. But my dad obviously and my mom too know that I'm gay. So
got it.
When did you? I feel like I'm just getting right into it, like I'm Oprah.
Let's jump in.
When did you know before I told you?
Good question.
Honestly, without making a long story super long, I think that your mom and I knew.
Welcome in, everybody. Hit the thumbs up button on your way in if you don't mind.
Probably, your kids, y'all. I mean, you don't know, but you have like an idea or thoughts about things. Probably, I would say 5, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, about 5.
Really, 5 or 6. So
yeah.
Was I in school yet?
You were in school, but it wasn't so much about school. It was just, I think it was just differences in mannerisms, and so we did a lot of reinforcement of what our beliefs were. You know what I'm saying, at the time, and so I think it was just it was just slight things, nothing that was like pronounced or that you knew.
Really, like what was it? Just my mannerisms, or was I like interested in things that you didn't think that I should be interested in, or what?
Yeah, like I think you had more of an affinity to the longer hair. Remember, your hair was long, and you liked that. And
Hey, Castro.
It was certain things. I think you had tried on your mama's shoes at one point.
Okay, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, like so it was just certain things that we were like, just in the back of your mind you think about, but you don't really know, so you don't really think about it in in detail. So I think it was just things like that.
So did you and mom ever have a conversation like, oh, have you noticed this or that, or what? You probably don't remember if you've had a conversation.
No, honestly, I don't think it was a conversation. I think it was just kind of like both of us noticing things. And I don't know if we had a conversation about it per se, but we definitely were like reinforcing certain things that we thought should be reinforced at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is how. Because I remember your mom used to say, "Well, this boys like this and boys do that." It was a lot of stuff like that.
I don't necessarily remember her saying that, but I do remember you and her saying, like, when I got a little bit older, that boys supposed to like girls or whatever. But I never thought anything. I don't even know why I never thought anything of it when you guys were telling me that. I would just go, yeah, okay. And what about it? Yeah. Because I wasn't thinking about liking anybody at that point.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It really wasn't about anything that you could pinpoint and say, this is this. It was just little things at that 5 or 6 time frame that sort of like became a little bit more prevalent at 8. You know what I'm saying? We way before you probably knew, we already had figured. And I think that's true for a lot of people. Right. You know what I mean? Family wise.
Yeah.
So Daddy Nate said he kind of sound like he either mentioned it first or noticed it first before Be Love. But he said, Darius was around them. It was the mannerisms and wearing his mama's shoes and stuff. So, and then when I thought Darius, and he still might, ask his dad, like, what were the reinforcements that y'all were trying to do to, like, push? Like, was it, like, the toys, or, like, what were they trying to, like, reinforce with him being a little boy into a young man to, he grown now, but back in the gap. Maybe Darius will ask that question. I don't know. Let's see.
I didn't know until I was older, like probably 12 or 13. Do you remember what age I was when I actually told you? Because I was trying to film my coming out video, and I don't remember the exact age. If it was like 11, 12, I know it was 11, 12, or 13. One of those two. It was like in middle school.
Yeah, and I think it was 12 or 13. No. Yeah, it was post 12 or 13.
Because I found out at that age. It was probably 13 or 14.
Yeah, I don't remember
hey, today.
What the time frame was exactly.
I definitely want my mom.
I just remember like a little bit of the conversation. It was like you didn't know 100%, and you were like, I'm kind of 50-50.
Yes, I do think that people
say, I
think that at that time I was coping with the fact that I was just finding out myself too, in the last prior year or two or whatever. Again, being 11 and 12, it's really hard to go through puberty, and then also I'm going through puberty in different ways than everyone around me. So I don't know. Really, I don't understand. I had no representation. I didn't understand what being gay was. I didn't have any gay people in my family. I didn't have the idea of being gay. I didn't know any of that. So I had to figure out on my own. And that's why in the beginning I was with you and mom saying like, oh, well, I don't like, I think I told mom that I was like 70% or 80% like gay, and I like my like girls 20%. And that was actually just not true. I don't know if I knew at the time that it wasn't true.
Yeah. I still got y'all Christmas trees up.
It turned out not to be true at all. And there were girls that I liked, like as in like I thought were pretty, but that was it. I have never ever had an attraction to any woman at all.
Oh wow.
And I think and I always thought it was very interesting. Like, but when you're young, you're not thinking about attraction.
Hey, Brody.
So
especially at that age.
Yeah.
I think.
You said that family running out of things to talk about, so they pressured their poor innocent son to come out. When Darius said he ran in the kitchen and was crying, that was emotional for me because I was on the phone when my best friend came out to his mom. He asked if I would stay on the phone because he was scared. Oh,
More so
dang.
like, later, 13,
Well, I'm
14
glad
is
you was
when
on
you
the
really
phone
start
with
to
him.
figure out where your attraction lies.
Right.
Because
At
with some,
10,
I
11,
mean, because
Right,
shit,
yeah, yeah.
you
I
don't
wasn't
know
even
what
like
reaction you
that.
gonna get. So
So I just thought
I'm
that
glad you
was
was there to
like,
be supportive.
something that we should have focused on. So how are you different from before than you are now? From before I was like 12, 13, 14, like before I came out, and like or what has your experience been having me as your son be gay? And like, did you ever think about any that being a possibility when you were growing up, thinking about having kids or whatever? Like, how are you different now than you were before?
Good question.
I'm different in a lot of ways. I think number one, to answer your question about did I think about it? No, it never crossed my mind. As I don't think it ever crosses any person's
Parents'
mind
minds,
no.
for a couple who is heterosexual.
Right.
Like if you're not, then of course that crosses your mind. That's in your thought process, your thought pattern. But when it's not, like it never crosses your mind when you have kids, whether they're gonna come out gay or straight or any of those things. My thing was like I told you, I knew your name before you were born.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. Like, I know what my kid's name is before he's even born. I knew what I was gonna name you. So that was pretty much it from that perspective. But I think in terms of how much I've changed.
Oh, I'm glad that's dope. I'm glad they was able to.
I think in the black community
get through that.
At least for me growing up,
that's dope.
Like
that's
it wasn't
that's dope.
It wasn't any representation.
Right.
Where I grew up, like if it was very soundly in the closet. Like it was never even a thought. So I grew up very much in a strong boy role around all boys that were big into sports and doing all these things. So I really just never knew what it was. Obviously, as I got older, I obviously knew what it was. But I think the difference for me is, and for every parent, because I really want to kind of like speak to this for parents, is ambulance number 3.
I know. What is going on? Anyways, okay.
So anyway, so you have a view of what gay people are like, or your relationship to gay people, whether you have any relationship or not, or whether you agree with it, don't agree with it, or whatever. You have this position as an adult, and you, because it's not affecting you in your life, you really don't think about it. And that's where I was in this position like, okay, well, I may or may not agree with it, but it's like, okay, but that's somebody else's life. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
When it became my child, I had to think and process what it meant, not only for him, but what it meant for me.
Right.
And I think that was, to be very candid, when you first told us, like, it was devastating. And it was devastating because it wasn't something that I had ever thought was possible. And then I just really didn't know what that meant. Right. And I'm not saying that I don't know what it means to be gay. I didn't know what it meant for my child.
In your world.
I know,
right.
I know.
I'm sitting here talking like I'm talking to Nate. Lord, I'm sitting up there. I'm sitting here like it's me and him having a conversation. Jesus.
In society and all the negativity and all of the abuse and all the things that happen, I knew what it brought. So I was like, as a father, I'm still like, how do I protect my son? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Graham. Hey.
And I think further along in the processing of all of it, I come to one thing, and I hope that parents hearing me now would come to the same thing. No matter what, and you probably already feel this way, no matter what, your child, male or female,
Ainsley. Hey,
is
welcome
going to be
in.
your child.
I hope I said that right, Ainsley. Welcome.
We love our children unconditional. That's a period. There's nothing beyond that. Like, you're going to love your child no matter what.
Fact.
And I think that it really caused me to focus on, what does that even mean for me now?
Hey, Jasmine. Hey, welcome in.
And even though the process, and I was devastated and sort of getting through the processing of all of it, I just came to the conclusion that
he's being very candid.
That changes. I love my son. I love his personality, who he is, who he's becoming, and I will always love him, and I will always protect him
Talk that
as his
talk.
father.
Talk that talk.
And from a Christian man, I know a lot of
Thank
Christians will
you.
say,
Thank you so
well,
much.
we have a lot of beliefs as to what homosexuality is and all of that. And I grew up that way, and I've learned all of it, and it's all in me. But at the same time, while I know factually what the Bible says, and I'm true to that, one thing I know beyond that is who God is. And the kind of God that he is one of complete love. Complete love. And I just cannot see him saying to a whole group of people, no different than if he was saying to a whole group of murderers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? There's no chance for you. Like, you're out. I don't see God that way. I see God as someone who just loves unconditionally. And so I process the same way, and I'm not the one that's going to be the judge of anybody. And so it got a little cut off because it fell off the thing. But anyway, what I was saying is, from the Christian
Darius
perspective,
didn't put the camera right
I
in his
just
daddy
believe that
face.
God loves everybody, and regardless of where we find.
While the pastor is pastoring, can we just have a moment? I don't know if y'all can see. Can we just have a moment for this sweater this turtleneck that Nate got on? Can we just have a moment for it? I think it deserves a moment. I think that turtleneck definitely deserves a moment real quick. I don't know. I've never seen one like it. It's different. I just felt like the turtleneck deserved a moment real quick. So I just wanted to give the turtleneck a quick moment. At this moment, we're gonna pass around the collection plate as well. Um, so for the offerings. No, let me stop. Let's get into it. We got about 11 more minutes left.
Ourselves in life, that remains the same. And there's a lot more I could say about that, but I'm not, for the sake of the fact that this is not, I don't want this to be a long video and logical and all that stuff. Anyway, any other questions so we can get some of the other things?
Okay.
Yeah, my response to that is that, like, for me, again, in the opposite way, I didn't have representation either from being gay or anything like that, and I had to figure it out on my own. And also, like, and then I had to cope with and understand what it meant to also be Black and gay, because I think that's a very important, like, thing to discuss as well, because especially in our community, Black people are considered the most homophobic people in the country. Really? Like, the least likely to be okay with gay marriage and all that other stuff, right, that comes with that. And so I had to figure out, my being me in general and not caring about those things, and like, especially growing up in the Black community, which I think is a different experience, being Black and gay versus any other type of gay person, any other race rather.
Okay.
And so I just thought it was interesting, especially like, because
can we just take a moment to understand why there is like 13 ambulances that's driving past? Like, what a coincidence with, like, I'm like, it's whatever's going on, it is popping out there in Chicago. And I know this video is pre-recorded, but I'm like, dang, what's going on? It almost makes you want to say, Darius, go see what's going on. Like, give us some news real quick. Because I'm like, dang, it's
okay.
Whatever it was, I hope everybody's like, okay.
Anyways, I feel like it's just a lot of, what am I trying to say? Like, we have a lot of values in the Black community that are, like, unspoken. Men do this, women do that, men aren't supposed to do this, women aren't supposed to do that, etc., etc., etc. Like, men don't cry, all of these other things. Ambulances going down the street, I don't know what's going on. This is actually so crazy. That was actually an ambulance number 57.
They're coming back from where they came from. So
okay, but the lights being on the way back is kind of crazy, and I'm calling the police.
To get them to the hospital fast.
Oh, okay, I get it now. I didn't know what you were saying. Anyways, the point in this man.
There said you're supposed to get on the ambulance and turn them lights off.
To try to navigate that, and I think that now every day of my life, I am constantly trying to fight back against those stereotypes of Black people in general. But it's difficult because no one is going to see me and be like, oh, that's somebody who, or I don't know, no one is going to take what I do seriously because I'm a gay man. right? So like I can't be an example to black people. I'm not saying I can't be, but I'm saying like, I can't go against the stereotypes. It doesn't matter as much because I'm gay. They're gonna be like, oh, he's gay, so like he thinks this, and that. And so I think personally for you, obviously me, you, and mom, and our family in general just took a long time to get to the point where we were all comfortable with me being gay, and it was a difficult time, obviously, to be able to.
Don't keep yourself in the dark like this guy. Lumen, brilliant men's skincare solutions.
Not the
In
men's
the dark.
skincare.
Accept all of that, and I know you and mom went through your own, personal things
Together
like that
and
too.
separately.
Yeah. And so, but I do think that the way you guys handled it was very different than a lot of black people. I was extremely lucky because a lot of black people who are gay and they grow up in their family, they either get kicked out or they get cursed out. I've seen videos online of people who are went through the same thing that I was going through. And a lot of times, honestly, if we want to talk about, like, everyone's always upset about the whole like DL culture in Atlanta and wherever, and it's only existed in the black community in the way that it is because
Hey, am I saying it right?
black
Sherelle?
if you do not
Sherelle,
give
hey, thank you so much.
men or anybody the space to be who they are, they're going to hide it from you.
Yeah.
Period. So like, don't get upset when there are men who are quote unquote DL and they can't be out, and women are like, well, man, this and that.
Okay, Darius. Now I love you to pieces, but let's get into it. No, as far as with a man that's on the down low, no. If you want to be with men, be with men. You don't have to be deceptive and be with a woman knowing that that's not where you want to be, and with with what comes with that, physically, emotionally. Like, so no, unfortunately we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that. Just because you may feel like you don't have the space to come out, you have the space on the download to date the men on the low. If you feel like you got to date men on the low, like, don't put women in that type of situation, because no woman deserves to be put in a situation, because there's also a lot of scenarios where, where women are. Oh, we're reacting to Darius's latest video with his paw. Where women like are, and it's not the whole community, but there are some little nasty men that's knowingly and unknowingly, mostly, well, I ain't gonna say mostly because I don't know the stats, but knowingly and unknowingly passing STDs, like, to women, because they're being dishonest about them, with themselves and about themselves. If you are a man and you like men, do that. Live in that. Don't try and convince yourself when you know good and goddamn well that ain't what that is. Don't do that. Hey, Gracie, don't do that. Hey, is it crazy? Hey, don't do that to nobody. So we're going to have to, just because you feel like you don't have the room to come out, you may not have the room to come out to your family, and that's understandable, but don't put a woman in that position. At least give her the opportunity to say, no, I don't like that, or yeah, I'm cool with that. Give her the choice. It's 2024. At this point in the game, give women a choice of whether or not they want to deal with you. And hey Gracie, if you like men, give women that choice. Like, because that's when stuff goes to the left, is that, like, women are dating men and they thinking that the man is straight. Unbeknownst to them, he's bisexual or he's full out gay, low key. And yeah, he pops in. He makes his debuts every now and then. And unbeknownst to them, now you didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because let's just be honest, folks is not using condoms. Like, let's just be honest about it. So thank you. His name is Mercury. He has a YouTube channel. The channel is on the community wall if y'all want to go and subscribe to Mercury. But yeah, don't do that. Just don't do that. Like, Give women the opportunity. Give anybody the opportunity to make their own choice. His name is Mercury, like the planet.
Man, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying that each woman is like it's their fault, but
Thank
I'm saying it's our
you.
community. Yeah. You know, like
Mercury's channel
are
is on the
able to
community
give,
wall, you guys. If you want to go and subscribe to
that
Mercury.
space for those men, and so they grow up in toxic masculine homes and anti-gay this and that, and they can't be out themselves. So all that to say, I was able to do that from an early age, even though I didn't like ask for her permission to do that or whatever. I just kind of did it. But it could have went way worse in my life because I've seen a lot of times that does happen specifically in the Black community.
Like
so in my coming out video, I haven't edited or filmed it yet or like really filmed the second part of it. But I hope that you understood what I was trying to portray across. In the video I wanted to talk about why people are gay and gayness in the Black community and all those things, because I think it's really important for us to have these conversations and talk about them, because one day it will be you. One day you're gonna have a gay child and you're not gonna know how to navigate it.
Well, Darius, one day it's not gonna all be us. So don't group it all together like one day we all gonna have to experience, because we all won't have to experience that. But yes, there are some parents who will essentially probably have to experience that. Yes.
Because of all the things you've been taught your entire life. So I'm trying to think of one final question I can ask you, because that was kind of my 2 cents on the whole thing, just a really short bite-sized thing. Let us know if you want to go in depth in another future video.
While you're thinking about that last question, let me just speak on what you were talking about. I think men and women in general, I think you just need to figure out, we have to make it up in our minds that we're going to be who we are, period. You're going to be true to yourself. You're going to be authentic, and just be who you are, because not being who you are hurts people.
Thank you.
Not only is it hurting you because you.
Oh.
It's time for you to get your reading superpowered. So stop straining your eyes and start listening instead.
I have to do a lot. Feel as though you can't be who you are, but it's also hurting the people who you're not being real with. You know what I'm saying? Because people have real feelings, and people are getting into relationships and having these real feelings with people who are not being true to who they are. And then one day they wake up and they either get outed, or they become, they say, well, now I'm going to be my authentic self. And now to whoever it was that you were representing yourself as someone different, now all of a sudden they're going through pain. They're going through trauma.
Right.
Because you weren't who you really were for all of the years that you were having a relationship with them.
Exactly.
So I just say out the gate, I understand the difficulty in it, but man, times are changing. So just be who you are, and therefore, you can find the person that's going to be meant for you and not hurt people.
Exactly.
That you find yourself.
And it gets bad to the point where, and this is in all races in the country and abroad, it gets where people end up marrying someone of the opposite sex, having kids with them, and all this other stuff, and then you have to get divorced down the line, and it's not worth it for anybody.
Do y'all remember that show? Love is Blind? Was it Love is Blind? Or was it Married at First Sight? It was one of those where the guy came out. It was Love is Blind, where the black guy came out to the girl that he was interested in. And when he dropped it on her, he got real offended because she didn't take it the way he thought that she was like, okay, first of all, you getting way too sassy. You know what I'm saying? With your response to me. 2, we sat in this bubble and talked to each other for I don't know how long. You don't even give me the opportunity to even react because you already on the defense. And it was like a whole thing. He got to calling her out her name and all types of stuff. I do believe he ended up apologizing and stuff like that. But that was on TV.
Involved, and I'm not taking off any blame on those people who are dragging these people into their lives and being not their true selves. But my point is that we have a lot of work to do in our specific community, and I think that a lot of things that we see are based off of the way we approach this topic, and we're never going to get better unless we start change it from the ground up. We have to restart this whole thought process, and otherwise it's just not going to work. I didn't think of a last question.
I think
So.
that, because of Black culture and because of the fact that there's a lot of our culture that has been, grown up in religion, that feeds into the way that we think about these things.
Right.
And I think that we need to start thinking more about loving people rather than judging people. There is a time and a place and someone to judge all of us, but we should just think about loving people.
Yep. See,
right
BW, you remember that one? It was crazy.
You see all the stuff that's happening to people, all the bad stuff, is because
for no reason.
People feel judged. Then they go and do something to themselves, or they go and put themselves in situations where they get hurt, and it's just not necessary. That's my cap on that. So yeah, it was an experience, a journey for us that took some time. So if you're a parent and you find yourself in this situation, don't short yourself on the process.
Mm-hmm. He did the most
to process your feelings about it. Talk to people about it if you have people in your circle that you can talk to. A lot of people don't, though, for the same reason that your child may be going through what they're going through. Parents also don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So you become isolated because you also don't want to talk about the fact that your child might, be gay, and it's just it just hurts people. So I'm just saying that
a cycle.
Leverage your community, the community that loves you, that you can trust, not the people that are going to also be on the sideline and are behind your back talking about you. So and also one thing I want to say, this one last thing, to parents, it ain't none of y'all fault if you feel like you did something to make this happen.
That's not how that works at all.
But I tell you that in the processing of all of it.
I know. I'm saying that's not how it works.
No, it's not how it works at all.
People become gay at all.
It's not how it works at all. But I'm telling you, like, in the process,
Darius, let your daddy get his shit off.
You definitely go through this.
Right.
The whole range of everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like a grief pattern. Like you're trying to figure out what happened.
Right.
So I would just say take the time and space to process things. Start from a position of love and stay in that position. And then lastly, just, it's not your fault and it's nobody's fault. It's not a thing of fault.
Right.
It's not a thing about fault. It's not about fault. So that's it.
Yeah. I definitely would have loved to have this be a long conversation, but we're running out of light. In Chicago, it gets dark at 3:30 p.m. And we're about to get some food and stuff like that. So I'm going to end the video here. Let me know if you guys want another discussion a couple months from now, later on when I see my dad again, and we can have a more in-depth conversation, because I do think it's important to have these conversations. I don't know if the people watching this video are really the people who are in our community who need to see it. But the point is that I think that regardless, it is a good conversation to have, and I wanted to utilize this time to do it. I wish it was in a little more professional manner, but that's all for this video. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, I think that's it. All right, peace out.
Peace out.
So, with that being said, no, I don't. With that being said, I think that was a very good video. I mean, considering, they was helping him move and stuff like that, and they wasn't able to really get into it like he wanted to. I think it was a very good video. I think it was a very candid video. I think it was I think it was a very good video. I really do. I think I wouldn't mind a part 2 at all to the video. Because hey Annette, hey Lynette, thank you. I think it was just dope. That was just my opinion on it. Yeah, I would like a part 2 to that video. But the quality of the conversation was really good. And for shit, Nate, I mean, he didn't hold back. Now, B Love, on the other hand, I think when they do their video together, hey Jakayla, when they do their video together, then she gonna definitely tap dance and tiptoe, and she gonna do a lot of well your daddy, and your daddy. I think she gonna do a lot of that in the video that they do together. Hey Murfly, thank you, Annette. I think she gonna do a lot of that in the video, but I'm excited to see, her and Darius have this same conversation. I would definitely love, maybe the 4th of July. Thank you. I would definitely wouldn't mind for him and Dalvin to sit down and have that conversation. Brother to brother, black man to black man, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing that video. But yeah, I don't have the energy for Adrian. Oh, you're welcome. So yeah, that's my take on the video. We will definitely be, thank you. We will definitely be reacting to, a lot of Darius's content because it's reaction worthy in my mind. But yeah, that's all I got. This is a short one. I'm sorry, you guys. This is a short live. Maybe because the video was short, but this is a short live. And thank you guys so much for tuning in on this beautiful Saturday. You guys go enjoy your weekend. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell because you just never know. I don't know who that is, Lynette. Is that who is that? Definitely hit the notification bell because you really don't know when I will turn on that camera and go live. And if you want to go and subscribe to Mercury, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys saw him slide across the screen. So if you want to go and subscribe to him, you definitely can go to the community wall, and his channel is on the community wall. You got to scroll down, I think 3 posts or whatever. But with that being said, I love you guys to pieces. You guys are amazing. You guys are dope as fuck. And I will see you guys in the next live. Peace. Bye, everybody.